everyone, it's Shann and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how I sculpt these extra long nails. So I'm going to start off using this nail form, and I use the Mia Secrets nail form, and I'm just going to roll that in between my fingers just to give it that curve. Now as you saw, I do pinch the wings before I place it onto the nail. And you just want to slide that up to your natural nail, making sure there's no spaces or gaps so that it's as flush as possible. Just an FYI, I did all of my prep work off camera, so I removed the shine from the natural nail and did all of my dehydrating and priming. So I'm just going to hop right into acrylic application. So I'm using the Mia Secrets pink acrylic and the Mia Secrets monomer, and this brush is my alpha brush and I believe it's a size 9. So you want to start by placing a bead right where your natural nail meets the nail form, and you want to just pat that down the nail. Now the key to sculpting nails is to get as close to your final shape as possible. That way at the end you have a lot less filing to do. So you want to work as neat as possible and make sure that your beads aren't too runny, because it'll just slide all over the place. So I'm going for an extra long coffin shape. So I'm going to work that acrylic down the nail form until I reach the desired length that I want, making sure to add any extra acrylic as I need it. You don't want to use too much, but you also want to make sure that your nail has enough strength. So you follow the same steps that you would if you were doing nails with nail tips. You want to make sure that you're looking at the nails from all angles, just to make sure that you're not missing any spots or have any like lumps in the nail, because that'll be an area of weakness. So you want to make sure that the nail is built up enough to avoid any like potential breakage. So somehow I lost the footage of me finishing my thumbnail, so I'll show you again on the rest of the nails. So again, you just want to apply the first bead where the nail and the form meet and work that down the nail. My first bead was too small, so I'm just going to add more acrylic and work that down until I get the length that I'm looking for. So all nail forms have numbers on them, so you want to stop your acrylic application at the same number for each finger, just to make sure all of your nails will come out being the same length. So for this bead, I'm going to apply that right to the middle of the nail and work that down. After working that down, I'm going to go in with my cuticle bead and work that down to the nail as well, making sure to clean up around the edges so that way no acrylic is on my skin. Any acrylic on the skin will cause lifting, so you always want to make sure that you're cleaning up around those edges. the nail forms, you want to just pinch the form completely closed and pull down away from the nail. Now for filing, I'm going to use a 100-100 grit hand file, and I'm just going to start off on the side walls, and I'm going to make sure to keep my file as straight as possible. After filing the side walls, I am also going to file the free edge as well, just getting a general idea of what my shape is going to look like. This is not the final result of the shape, so it's just to get some of that extra acrylic off. So I'm going to repeat these steps for the rest of the nail. So I know it looks a little bit rough, but that's because I'm speeding through the clips. But you do want to make sure that you file as gentle as possible, just to make sure you're not hurting yourself or your client. Now with long nails, you do want to make sure that you support the nail, because filing a nail without that support, it will definitely hurt. After filing with the hand file, I'm just going to go in with my electric file for all of the cuticle work. So I'm just going to use this medium comb bit, and I'm going to file around the cuticle. Now you want to make sure that you get any extra acrylic off, so you want to make sure that you file until you can see your cuticle area where your natural nail is and when your acrylic application begins, because any acrylic on the skin will cause the nails to lift. Now I'm just going to go back in with my hand file one more time, and I'm just going to go over the surface of the nail just to make sure I don't have any lumps or bumps in my acrylic application, and also to refine my overall shape of the nail just to make sure it's perfect.
Now, I'm just going to go back in with my hand file one more time, and I'm just going to go over the surface of the nail just to make sure I don't have any lumps or bumps in my acrylic application, and also to refine my overall shape of the nail just to make sure it's perfect.
So this is how the nails look after filing. So I'm just going to move on to buffing the nails, and this will remove any scratches left behind from my e-file and also from the hand filing. So this is my final shape after all of my filing, shaping, and buffing is complete. So I'm just going to add some pineapple cuticle oil to all of the nails, and I'm going to wash my hands to remove all of the dust. So this is how my nails look after washing my hands. So now I'm ready for my gel polish application. So I really hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for future videos. Bye guys.